Donald Trump made an exciting announcement on his latest trip to Rancho Palos Verdes. Liz Brown Swanson joins us from Trump National Golf Club with the story. Liz.
Hi, Maria. I'm at the driving range at Trump National, where there's been a very exciting announcement made, yes, by Mr. Trump. He came here, held a press conference to let everyone know that this driving range will no longer be developed in the future. And in fact, he has given the Palos Verdes Peninsula Land Conservancy a conservation easement, which means that this land will remain as protected open space.
I just felt that I wanted to give something back to the community. We've had a great relationship over the years, and the course is the #1 rated course in California. It's been so successful, and I wanted to give back. Everybody wanted it. They really wanted me to do something special. So this was a $25 million gift that I think is going to be appreciated by everybody.
It's an 11.5-acre easement of what is currently the driving range at Trump National Golf Course, Los Angeles here. And what this easement does is preserve in perpetuity this land as open space land, which has scenic values, as well as the recreational benefits that are provided through the current driving range. Quite a generous gift. He did have the approvals for 16 homes that could have been built on this land, and he's given those up through this donation of this conservation easement. So it's very generous, and we very much appreciate it, and we think it does add to the quality of life here on the peninsula.
Well, I think what Mr. Trump did today was very significant because he took an area that has always for a long time, this area has been contentious in terms of wanting to maintain the open space. And we have this beautiful golf course, and we have a finite number of homes, but what he did was he removed the possibility for another neighborhood, actually a neighborhood, to be in those 11 acres. So, and he donated to the Land Conservancy in perpetuity. And while that may be the driving range today, we never know what that may be tomorrow. But one thing we know is that it will be open space, and it will be open for the public.
This is so wonderful. Donald Trump is really a fabulous donor to us, to the city, but not just to Rancho Palos Verdes. You know that this affects people throughout the area. And when I spoke to Mr. Trump, I said, I travel extensively, and the people that I've met throughout the world, I bring them here when they come to visit me. And it's an absolute showplace. And for the Conservancy to be able to obtain 11 plus acres, and this is in perpetuity, marvelous. I am so thrilled. I'm thrilled for the Conservancy, for Trump, for the whole organization. We are very blessed to have this. So.
No doubt community leaders, residents, golfers, and of course the Land Conservancy are all excited and applauding Mr. Trump's decision to take this driving range out of play for future development and leave it as open space for generations to come. Back to you, Maria, in the studio.
The city of Rancho Palos Verdes hosted a volunteer day at Abalone Cove Shoreline Park. Liz Brown Swanson joins us from the park with more.
Hi, Maria. Well, I'm here at the city's first volunteer day of the year at Abalone Cove Shoreline Park. And despite all of the rain, it didn't dampen the community spirit. Everybody still came out to make a difference and beautify this park.
What we've created out here is a part of our volunteer program, but it's every few months we want to invite the community to come out there and help us tackle those odd projects that aren't quite big enough to become huge projects, but also a little bit more than day-to-day maintenance.
We're trying to do a project where we're finishing up what was done earlier this last summer, and putting pathways and digging up brush and thistle and painting the fences and getting it all ready for the public to come to the park. And it's gone wonderfully. We had 52 people signed up, and I think we're ending up at about 56.
We just really want to contribute our time and do something maybe once a month to help the community, whatever it is. And today it's cleaning up at Abalone Cove.
And I know Casey and Liam here, they love playing in the dirt, don't you? How about for you, Mom? Here?
Well, I just recently moved here, so I want to feel like I'm part of the community, and I think this is a great way to get started that way.
And Liam, are you having fun today?
Yeah, you love the dirt.
He loves you guys having the yellow shirts on is brightening it up because we're standing here right now. It's a bit misty, so thank you for coming out. What are you enjoying about this particular park, Abalone Cove?
Well, the view is gorgeous and all the plant life, and Yeah, just like meeting new people.
This is one of the best programs I think the city of Rancho Palos Verdes has come up with. It makes great sense to have the users of the park to come and volunteer their time to help beautify the park and do city work projects that might not be large enough for the city to undertake, but enhances the park itself.
I see you nonstop here, raking and scraping. What have you managed to do?
Well, we lined some new trails here, and I'm just trying to clear the trails of ankle twisting debris.
Now being joined by Kevin, who's with Scouts in the community. You are working on your Eagle Scout. Congratulations. Talk about the efforts that you put together to help with volunteering right here in our community.
Well, there's a lot of fence posts that we have to paint, but I couldn't have done it without all of the people here.
It was nice. I got to come out here, look at the view, and it started raining, but it was worth it. I liked it.
So what kinds of projects did you work on?
Today we did we built stones, we built like paths through the park. It was really nice. I liked it.
Even though the rain started to pick up through the volunteer efforts, it didn't scare away the troops here. In fact, the good news is the paint is waterproof. Back to you, Maria, in the studio.
The next major city event involving volunteers will be Whale of a Day, and we have a big change involving that event. City officials want residents to know that the annual Whale of a Day celebration will no longer be held the first week of March. Instead, it will take place the first Saturday of April, so mark your calendars. And whale watch season is already upon us, and there's been a record number of whales spotted by census takers at the Palos Verdes Interpretive Center. Liz Brown-Swanson joins us with the update.
Hi, Maria. I'm here at the Point Vicente Interpretive Center, and yes, this is the place to be here at PVIC on the back patio where they're seeing a record number of whales passing along our beautiful coastline, and the whale watch season, which started in December, is running through the springtime, so come on down.
We've got some whales now that are coming in, and I've been telling the people behind us, they're coming, they'll come closer, but you're going to have to be patient. It is a game of patience. Some people say, oh, it's like watching paint dry. But it does take a type of person that can wait and can look for the things.
Well, here at the Point Vicente Interpretive Center, it's a great place to come and view the whales. We have the whale watchers out on the patio. We have binoculars for loan. We have a great gift shop inside the museum. The museum ties in the whale migration, so it's just a great place to be. We got great weather. And great opportunities to come and check out some whales during this great season.
We come as often as we can. If it's more than a year, we'll come twice a year.
What do you love about coming here?
It's just amazing. It's so unlike where we live. We have the Mississippi River, but nothing terribly exciting going by, and whales are exciting.
As of right now, we have 810 southbound gray whales, which to date is a 32 season high. We're over 200 whales more than last year, and we're about 600 whales almost above our average count for 10 years. So this is an amazing season with whales that not only large numbers of whales, but early whales. The last 4 years, we've had earlier migrating whales, possibly closer to shore. We don't really know yet, but it's a fantastic season for watching whales. It's really wonderful. We've been seeing mothers and calves. We've had 30 southbound calves already, including barely born whales.
We come here often to visit and to look at the whales and watch the dolphins, and it's a beautiful area to visit.
All right, it's not even noontime here on the back patio, and they've already counted a number 7 whales. I'm looking at the sign right now, and you know there's more to come. So come on down and check out the whales yourself, not just during whale watch season, but come to PVIC all year round. Back to you, Maria, in the studio.
Now, volunteers are needed to help with the whale census. If you're interested, you can go to the American Cetacean Society's website at www.acs-la.org. And when we come back, we bring you a holiday treat you can enjoy all year long. And when did you get your first cell phone? These answers might surprise you. Don't go away.
Congratulations, you are a lottery winner. To collect your prize, please wire your $3,000 processing fee immediately.
If you're asked to exchange money for winnings, you are the target of a scam, and never wire money.
For more information, call 211.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chris Knox, here to remind you of the importance of sharing the road. It's important to slow down when you see orange cones in the road. Many days, men and women are involved in road work, so always slow down, even below the speed limit, and be aware of the workers in the road. By following these rules, we can all share the road safely. This message is brought to you by the City of Rancho Palos Verdes and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department.
The Palos Verdes Peninsula Chamber of Commerce is inviting residents to attend a luncheon entitled The State of the County with Supervisor Don Kanabe. The luncheon will be held on Wednesday, February 11th at 11:30 a.m. at the Palos Verdes Golf Club. If you would like to attend, you can purchase tickets through the Chamber at 310-377-8111. Tickets are limited, so please RSVP by February 9th if you would like to attend. Statistics are out, and it's reported that 90% of people in the United States have a cell phone. Not surprising, but what was surprising to me is that 100% of students in our community have phones, and they're encouraged to use them in school. I went to PV High and Peninsula to talk to students and principals to find out how using cell phones in schools is helping the educational process.
So in our classrooms on our campus, we have bring your own device. Okay. So if you walk into our English language AP class, you'll see all the students with MacBooks, Chromebooks, iPads, phones, and they're all working on a Google Doc or some sort of a Google Sheet. Okay. And you'll see groups of students and they're collaborating. And the way that they're collaborating is they're all working off one document and editing at the same time, but it's all paperless. And then when they're done, they'll fold their laptops and iPads and they go to the front, they connect one off the Apple TV and they present their presentation or Prezi that they were working on. So this is the kind of technology that we use. I'm not saying every class does that, but like Miss Damon, she's really into it. A lot of our teachers are really into technology and we're trying to go paperless, so that's where we're at.
Some of our science teachers, they'll say, get out your phones and let's look this up. Other classes, there's specific rules that are set out at the beginning of every year, written in the syllabus, and it might say cell phones are to be put away, turned off and put away. So we let the teachers make that decision. You know, there's another layer of this also. It's the integrity of tests and things in the class, because we are finding that some of these electronic devices can also be used for cheating. Right. You can take a picture of the test, pass it on to a friend the next period. We have an honor code here, an integrity policy here. We spell it out clearly that that is not acceptable at this high school. And so I think the teachers are very conscious of this in the class. And if a student were to pull out a phone when they were told they couldn't, it would, you know, they were in the middle of something that was a graded assignment or a test or something, it could be considered cheating just pulling it out. So my request to the teachers is to have your policy and to be very clear. And for the most part, we haven't had any issues.
Well, in the last 20 years, the way that students learn in the classroom has dramatically changed. Years ago, we used to look things up in an encyclopedia, but today we simply Google it. So how do students learn on their smartphones in the classroom? Since, let's face it, every single one of them have a phone.
My government teacher, he lets us use it for this site called Edmodo, where he uploads different worksheets and what we did that day in case we missed, so we can kind of get everything together while we're sick or at home. And then afterwards he just lets us use it for music or texting. He just doesn't like games. And that's how most teachers are. They're okay with music. Not all of them are okay with texting, obviously. And then they like us to do it when they're done lecturing. So.
And then what classes do you think it's really most helpful to have the phone?
I think for me, it's my digital photography class, because not everyone has access to a $900 SLR camera. So I just pull out my iPhone, which has pretty good pixels on it, and so I just take pictures with that, and that's what everyone kind of does. So I think it's most helpful for that. But then it also is kind of helpful in history classes, because if there's dates and things, or if we're taking notes, sometimes you can't find the vocab or answer in the textbook, so it's kind of useful to just take it out and look it up on Google or something.
I use my phone to take pictures of the homework, or
A lot of my teachers let us, because a lot of us are on sports teams and we're not going to be home for a long time. So they let us take pictures of the textbook in class, and I think that that's really helpful because while I'm out on the bus or at the away school, I can do my homework.
Well, some of my teachers have a Remind Me app, and so if I have a big assignment coming up or a test or something, I'll get a text message from them. You can't respond or anything, it's not the real number, but it will let you know, so that's very helpful. And also Edmodo, we have apps for Edmodo and Aries for checking our grades and checking assignments, and we can even look up PowerPoints we just saw for notes and everything to refer to for the assignments.
I have a few teachers that I'm allowed to use my phone in class, but not usually allowed to. But yeah, I have like our avid teacher will tweet us to remind us for something, or I know Miss Roth last year is on Instagram and everything. So a lot of teachers here are utilizing social media to keep their students up to date.
Our school, PV High, we have a Twitter account for Palos Verdes High School, PVHS_C Kings. We have an Instagram account, same handle. What's interesting is you can't overdo it, because kids know what's cool and what is not.
Right.
So for Instagram, we know that if we have a great photo, I take a lot of photos during the day.
Sure.
But I save that one photo for the one Insta I'm gonna send out that one day, because the unsaid rule is you only Insta once a day, and you tweet a lot more. You can tweet 7 to 10 times, but how dare you send that second Instagram? Because that is not cool.
And finally, during the holidays, we always enjoy decadent desserts, but how about learning to make one you can enjoy anytime? We caught up with Chef Jean-Pierre Vincent at Trump National, who shows us how to make a fun, fast dessert that will be sure to impress.
Welcome to Trump National, Los Angeles. My name is Jean-Pierre Vincent, and I'm the executive chef here. Today, we are going to prepare a fabulous figs flambé dessert. Now, the particular reason why I love this dessert is because it's nice, warm, and you can sit cozy by the fire, hence beautiful fire we have here. But it also, because it brings back memories of me living in Italy, and we happen to have a fig tree there, and we'd have so many figs, and we'd think of different ways to know what to do with these particular fruit. Now, for instance, today I have some beautiful dried figs that we've actually macerated in a little bit of wine, also some spices, a little bit of sugar, just to kind of get them a little bit more flavorful for our beautiful flambé dessert, which I'm going to present in a couple of minutes. A couple of the ingredients that we have here is a little bit of brown sugar. We have some butter, a little bit of cinnamon, and some lemon for a little bit of citrus, so it becomes a little nice and refreshing. And of course, some alcohol. This particular dessert we're going to do tableside, and we are going to showcase it in our golf club throughout the holidays. So look for it every Saturday night, and I'll be at your tableside cooking some nice flambéed figs. So let's go ahead and get started. So today I have just a nice regular pan, and we happen to have a gas stove. Now, ask me, can you do this dessert without gas? Of course, you can actually do it with an electrical stove in the very comfort of your own home. And I'll explain to that a little bit more as I get on to the dessert. So now I have this nice hot pan. We're gonna have a little bit of butter. You wanna go ahead and melt your butter. Nice little medium heat. You don't want to burn the butter, because then the flavor will affect the fruit itself as you're cooking it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the figs. Now, like I said, these figs have been marinated in a little bit of red wine, some port wine, and spices. Now, you can marinate them in white wine, you can marinate them in cognac. It just depends on what you want to marinate them in. Now, the process to actually go ahead and macerate these figs is I've boiled some wine, sugar, and the spices, and go ahead and drop them in a container with your dried figs and let them sit overnight. And then the next day they'll be nice and flavorful with all that wine they absorbed from the poaching liquid. Now we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of brown sugar. I prefer to use light, reason being it's not as strong in molasses flavor, but you can use the dark brown sugar, works just as fine. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of meld these together. I got the brown sugar the butter, the figs. We want to get everything nice and warmed up. And we're still at a medium heat as of right now. Now, as that's cooking, we are going ahead and we're going to add a little bit of citrus just to make it nice and refreshing. Now, when I was in Italy, we had this tree that I was talking about, and you know, sometimes we sit by it and we'd have a glass of wine with all of my friends that lived in the compound. And this happens to be the place where I actually cooked for a lot of people. It was sort of a vacation spot for the Italians away from the city and all. So it was a fun experience for me. Okay, so this is nice and sauteed. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of the citrus of some lemon. Oh yeah. Nice and warmed up. Now, when we go to flambe this, you can use any kind of alcohol. You can use orange liqueur, you can use brandy. It just depends on what flavor profile you want. Now, me particularly, I love cognac, so we're going to add a little bit of cognac. Woo! There's that fire I'm talking about. That was the hot part I was talking about. Nice and roasty toasty by the fire. So anyways, as you do that, I add a little bit of cinnamon. Now, remember when I said there was, if you don't have a gas stove at home, what you can do is maybe take a lighter, and as soon as you put the alcohol in there, you can gently light it up, and you know, depending on how much alcohol you add in there will depend on how much flame you're going to have. So, and once I've done that, all the flavors have infused, you can go ahead and shut that off. And now, what to serve this with? Well, I love ice cream, so we happen to make at home here at Trump National our peppermint mint ice cream, which is really delicious. And actually our chef has prepared some fresh for us today, which I'm going to place these beautiful figs on. Oh yeah, there it is. And this dessert can go any time of the year, but like I said, I think figs are nice and seasoned, and they're really nice. And like I said, the dry ones really hold up very well when you're introducing so much heat to them. Nice little flour. Wow, this is so good.
And that was quite delicious. And remember, if you want Chef Jean-Pierre to make this for you, just go over to Trump National Golf Club and he will do just that. And that will do it for us from everyone here at RPV TV. Make it a great day.